One of the most intriguing cases in recent memory for Wichita County was that of Ronnie Killingsworth, the former pastor-teacher of Refeedom Church in Wichita Falls, a church long considered controversial, some going as far as calling it a cult. Killingsworth was accused by 3 different women of sexually abusing them when they were children, while their families attended Refeedom. He was ultimately convicted on 6 counts of indecency with a child on his 97th birthday in May of 2024 and sentenced to an effective 42-year prison sentence, likely putting him behind bars for the rest of his life. Well, that would indeed prove to be the case on January 2nd, 2025, when Killingsworth died in custody less than 6 months after that sentence began. During his trial, several former members took the stand, testifying to the cult-like teachings and practices of the church, followed by several current members of the congregation defending their leader under oath. But perhaps more powerful than any of that was the testimony of the 3 victims, boldly taking the stand and reliving their trauma in open court for the community to see. Now, I was able to get to know one of these victims over the course of the trial, and we've kept in touch since Killingsworth was convicted. She spoke with me for the first time since May 2024 about what it was like to take the stand, what she experienced during the trial, and what she felt when Killingsworth was sentenced, and so much more that she felt she needed to say. In an effort to protect the victim's identity, we didn't speak on camera, and her answers to my questions have been voiced by our own Natalie McCain. Now, when the victim and I spoke, Killingsworth was still alive, so I asked if she wanted to change anything in light of his passing. She told me, quote, "My word still stands the same, so with her blessing, we're sharing her story. It's a powerful story, one that deserves to be told, and her voice, like every single victim of abuse, deserves to be heard."
I do feel some sense of closure, however, I also do still feel the effects of the trauma. The closure that I feel is mainly that I know he will no longer have the opportunity to harm any other child as he did me. I can also stop fearing my inevitable encounter with him. Now that it is over, I do not dread small things such as going grocery shopping, going to the dog park, or even having a fun night out around town. I feel free and I feel heard. I have found peace in the fact that other children that were in his monstrous grasp will never be harmed by him again. One of the few reasons I came forward to testify was to protect the other children. It ate away at me every day after I realized what had happened to me and that I could save them, so I had to try no matter what that meant would happen to me. It was extremely scary to have so many faces watching me and ears listening as I testified with my most vulnerable experience. From people I knew to people I was harassed by to people I did not know, it felt as if I was a sort of zoo animal. I hated it all. I never wanted to have to peel myself apart in front of others like that. I still am worried about the PTSD never going away. I also greatly worry that I will never be able to have a normal romantic relationship. The sentencing screamed the message, "We do not tolerate pedophiles here," loud and clear. No amount of punishment on this earth will ever be able to heal me or return the innocence he ripped away from me as a child. To the members of Refeedom, I would like to say that this was never about you as individuals or your religious views. No matter if you ever believe my testimony, the other victims' testimonies, or the verdicts of the jury, I forgive you. I forgive you all, for I was once in the same place you were. I was brainwashed, groomed, and under Ronnie's full control. For those of you who were aware of what disgusting actions Ronnie was committing, I have nothing to say except that I hope that the guilt of knowing that you could have saved innocent children and chose not to grows within you every second of your existence like a fungus. I would like to thank God for not abandoning me, even when I blamed God for allowing this to happen to me. I would like to tell any other individuals who have experienced trauma of any kind, but especially sexual trauma and religious trauma, that there is hope. It can feel like the stickiness of being violated will never wash away, but over time, you begin to feel clean again. It can be angering knowing something was stolen from you and that you will never get it back, but let that anger turn into determination to protect others. All trauma is valid and not one experience is comparable. Do not compare your trauma to others and think others have had it worse, because the truth is others have had it differently. I believe you and you are not alone. You never will be.